Welcome to the Human Capital Innovations Podcast, your go-to source for personal, professional, and organizational growth and development. We hope you tune in often for all things people management, organizational development and change, organizational leadership, and social impact related. Maximize your personal and organizational potential with Human Capital Innovations Podcast. Welcome to the Human Capital Innovations Podcast. In this HCI podcast episode, I share my recent Forbes article, 5 Characteristics of Highly Impactful Leaders. Leaders are increasingly faced with amplified organizational complexity and a myriad of challenges as they strive to help their organizations develop, maintain, and grow their competitive advantage. Unfortunately, there's no shortcut to becoming an impactful leader. Growing into a leadership role requires conscientiousness and self-reflection. Of course, you need to learn about the intricacies of your organization, but more importantly, you need to learn about your people, authentically care and openly communicate. Connect them and their work to meaning and purpose, and everyone will thrive. Welcome back to the Human Capital Innovations Podcast. I'm happy to be with you again today as I share my recent Forbes article, The 5 Characteristics of Highly Impactful Leaders. As I think about those leaders who have had the most lasting impact on my life, I'm reminded that there's not a one-size-fits-all approach to being a successful leader. Leadership styles and approaches often vary widely across organizational types and sizes, industries, and sectors. Additionally, being a successful leader in one context doesn't necessarily translate over to being successful in another. However, the most impactful leaders in my life tend to share many common traits and characteristics. 5 characteristics and competencies. So what is it that makes for highly impactful leaders? While not an answer for all of the complexities and challenges you will face as a leader, developing skills in and applying the following characteristics and competencies will help to drive your success and make you an unforgettable leader to your people. Number 1, practice emotional agility. Number 2, create a clear meaning and purpose. Number 3, practice systems thinking. Number 4, practice openness and transparency. And number 5, authentically care. Number 1, practice emotional agility. Impactful leaders need to develop and practice emotional agility. In a recent Harvard Business Review article, the authors state, effective leaders don't buy into or try to suppress their inner experiences. Instead, they approach them in a mindful, values-driven, and productive way, developing what we call emotional agility. In our complex, fast-changing knowledge economy, this ability to manage one's thoughts and feelings is essential to business success. Indeed, if we hope to effectively connect with and lead our people, we need to first understand and be clear-minded about our own inner workings. What drives us? How do we respond to stressors? What situations bring out our best and worst? How do we prefer to lead, and how do we like to be led? As we better understand these and other aspects of ourselves, we can more effectively practice self-care. Additionally, we will be better equipped to practice emotional agility and be in a position to show genuine empathy and better understand and support our people. Number 2, create a clear meaning and purpose. Impactful leaders need to create a clear meaning and purpose for their people. In a recent Forbes interview with Wendy Ulrich, co-author of The Why of Work, Dr. Ulrich states, people find meaning when they see a clear connection between what they highly value and what they spend time doing. That connection is not always obvious, however. Leaders are in a great position to articulate the values a company is trying to enact and to shape the story of how today's work connects with those values. This means sharing stories of how the company is making a difference for good in the lives of real people, including customers, employees, and communities. As leaders of both the formal and informal variety, we have the opportunity and responsibility to connect our people to the organization and team's values and ensure an alignment that will allow for them to find their meaning and purpose in their own work. This will drive higher levels of sustainable motivation, innovation, and overall performance levels. Number 3, practice systems thinking. Impactful leaders need to practice systems thinking and help their people to see the connections between disparate functions and activities as they align with the organization's vision and mission. In my recent Forbes article, I argued contemporary business operates in an ecosystem full of interconnectedness and constant feedback loops. Mapping such complex systems helps organizational leaders navigate into adaptive strategies. The ultimate gain is the ability of organizations to be responsive to the changes in ecosystems and to be prepared to fine-tune and adapt parts of their organization on the fly. As leaders, we see the big picture and need to help our people understand how the work they are doing in their functional area connects to the overall organizational strategy, the company's competitive advantage, and the work of their colleagues. As you model systems thinking, you will help your people to become systems thinkers and integrative problem solvers and innovators. Number 4, practice openness and transparency. Once you practice emotional agility, create a clear meaning and purpose, and foster systems thinking in your team, it is paramount that you create and maintain a culture of openness and transparency. In an entrepreneur article, the author states, transparent leadership allows employees to be more honest about their individual viewpoints and more open about expressing them in a public dialogue. The more openness and honesty you facilitate in the context of your team, the faster you'll be able to work together to achieve a common end goal. High-impact leaders don't hoard information to wield their power. Rather, they become a hub for information and communication flow. As you help to facilitate an open and transparent environment, you will develop greater trust, and your people and team will thrive. Number 5, authentically care. Finally, impactful leaders need to authentically care about their people. In a recent Forbes article, Deed Henley suggests when people feel safe in their work environment, when they feel that it's safe for them to show up and fully be themselves, they're more productive. They know it's okay for them to bring their concerns, their strengths, their vulnerabilities, and their creativity to their job. You can't fake authenticity, and your people will see through you a mile away if you are not sincere. But as you authentically care, your people will feel supported and empowered and able to be their whole and best self. Conclusion. Leaders are increasingly faced with amplified organizational complexity and a myriad of challenges as they strive to help their organizations develop, maintain, and grow their competitive advantage. Unfortunately, there's no shortcut to becoming an impactful leader. Growing into a leadership role requires conscientiousness and self-reflection. Of course, you need to learn about the intricacies of your organization, but more importantly, you need to learn about your people, authentically care, and openly communicate. Connect them and their work to meaning and purpose, and everyone will thrive. I'm excited to announce the publication of my new book from HCI Press, The Alchemy of Truly Remarkable Leadership: Ordinary, Everyday Actions That Produce Extraordinary Results. Consider how the nature of work has shifted over the past 50 years. With increased globalization, rapid technological advancement, and the shift in economic composition, the average job of today looks very different than the average job of 50 years ago. What will the jobs and organizations of tomorrow look like? Moreover, what does this all mean for organizational leaders? What are the core competencies and capabilities of organizations and their leadership that are prepared for continued disruption and geopolitical and socioeconomic shifts? Regardless of what the future holds, increasingly, leaders need to be socially minded, data-driven, decisive, champions of talent, and disruptors of the traditional notions of leadership, teams, organizations, and work. The Alchemy of Truly Remarkable Leadership will help you to explore your own leadership competencies and capabilities and consider ways to apply and implement them into your workplace and personal life. We are excited about the launch of HCI's new magazine, Human Capital Leadership. Human Capital Leadership is a free, interactive e-magazine designed to help individuals, leaders, and organizations find innovative approaches to maximize their human capital potential. We will be publishing issues quarterly in August, November, February, and May. Check out the first issue and let us know what you think. Thanks again for joining us for this episode of the Human Capital Innovations Podcast. I hope you stay healthy and safe and that you have a great week.